This is Radio Nepal. I am Dila Prasai with the news, the headlines first. Vote count results of 3 federal constituencies onto the first past. The post system awaited, repolling held in Dholaka. Over 10.3 million votes counted so far under the proportional category of the House of Representatives. President Bidyadevi Bhandari and Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuba expressed condolence over the demise of former Chinese President Jiang Zemin. And senior Ukrainian official reveals up to 13,000 died since the start of Russia's invasion. Now the news in detail. Vote count results of almost all federal constituencies except 3 constituencies under the first past the post system are yet to come. Revoting was held at 10 voting centres of Dholaka for the election to the House of Representatives and Province Assembly. Chief Returning Officer Dilli Ratna Shrestha confirmed the 50% voter turnout there. The CPN-UML had complained vote fraud by the parties in the ruling alliance during the voting process in November 20 elections. Following the complaints, the Election Commission sent a 3-member probe committee to investigate the issues. Based on the report of the probe committee, the Election Commission had cancelled the voting held in the 10 polling centres and decided re-polling by the 1st of December in the areas. Meanwhile, the vote counting in Basura and Syangza constituency too has begun from yesterday. Chief Returning Officer Dhankaram Paudel said the vote count had begun in Basura following an all-party meeting held yesterday. According to him, the vote count began in Basura at 6 yesterday evening. Likewise, in the ongoing vote count in Syangza constituency too, Nepali Congress candidate Dhanraj Gurung is leading the vote tally with 8,899 votes. His closest contender, Padma Kumari Aryal from the CPN-UML, has received 6,389 votes. The Nepali Congress candidate Gyanendra Bahadur Karki has been elected as the member of the House of Representatives from Sunsari constituency 4. Also the Minister for Communications and Information Technology, Karki, defeated his nearest rival Jagdish Prasad Kushiyat of the CPN-UML with a margin of 112 votes. Karki garnered 30,483 votes, while UML candidate Kushiyat received 30,371 votes. The Election Commission has counted more than 10.368 million votes under the proportional election system. As per the updates unveiled by the Election Commission, the CPN-UML has been leading the vote count tally in the proportional category with 2,769,523 votes. The Nepali Congress is in the second position with 2,639,619 votes. Likewise, the CPN Maoist Centre is in the third place in the proportional category vote tally with 1,160,991 votes. Similarly, the Rashtriya Swatantra Party is in the fourth place with 1,116,313 votes. President Bidyadevi Bhandari has sent a message of condolences to the Chinese President Xi Jinping on the passing away of former Chinese President Jiang Zemin. In her message, President Bhandari said that in the demise of former President Jiang Zemin, Nepal has lost a true and distinguished friend. She has recalled the state visit to Nepal by late President Jiang Zemin in 1996 that contributed to further strengthening of close friendship and cooperation between Nepal and China. Similarly, in the condolence message to the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuba has said that late President Jiang Zemin was a great friend and well-wisher of Nepal. Prime Minister Deuba also recalled the contribution made by late President Jiang Zemin to consolidate and nurture the long-standing bond of cordiality, friendship and cooperation between Nepal and China. Prime Minister Singh Durbar has stressed the need for protecting artists and their creations as they are invaluable assets and the identity of the country. Inaugurating the 13th Academic Assembly of the Nepal Academy of Fine Arts in Kathmandu yesterday, Prime Minister Durbar said Nepal's historic antiques, cultural assets, sculptures, music and drama are equally popular at home and in the international arena. Prime Minister Durbar also shot a commitment from all to contribute to the socio-economic development of the country through the promotion of arts and culture. Home Minister Balkrishna Khat has said the families of security persons and citizens killed during the November 20 election would be provided relief. Home Minister Khat said this during a meeting of the Central Security Committee held yesterday. The election was held successfully with the contribution and cooperation of all sides, which he argued has helped implement the Constitution. The Minister further said periodic election is the beautiful aspect of democracy which the government has been successful to hold. Finance Minister Janardhan Sharma has said the country experiences no economic crisis, but still it continues to deal with some challenges in the relevant sector. Addressing the 26th anniversary program of the Society of Economic Journalists Nepal session in Kathmandu yesterday, Finance Minister Sharma said it would be wrong assessment to understand the economy was in crisis. However, he accepted some challenges and sought cooperation from the private sector to address them. On the occasion, Nepal Rashtra Bank Governor Mahaprasad Adhikari said the country's economy was on the path to improvement. Governor Adhikari said foreign exchange reserves are gradually increasing and all the problems faced by the country's economy are being resolved. The Nepal Electricity Authority NEA has in the first 3 months of the current fiscal year 2022-23 secured a profit of 8.5 billion rupees. According to the NEA's financial details unprocessed for the mid-July to mid-October of the current fiscal year, its income has been calculated at 32.98 billion rupees through power trade, interest collection and all the sources of income. When the total expenditures of 24.88 billion rupees of the period is deducted, its profit stands at 8.5 billion rupees before the tax payment. World AIDS Day was observed yesterday with the main theme of Equalize, calling for alleviating inequality and putting an end to life-threatening disease AIDS. Nepal also marked the day organizing various programs. Meanwhile, the new HIV infections fell by 84% in the past 2 decades in Nepal. According to data unveiled by the National Center for AIDS and STD Control TECU under the Ministry of Health and Population, the new infections declined by 84% in 2021 in comparison to 2000. 4,370 HIV-infected people were found in Nepal in 2000 and the number fell to 680 in 2021. You are listening to Radio Nepal 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. We continue with the international updates now. Up to 13,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed since the start of Russia's invasion, a senior Ukrainian official has said. Mikhailo Podolyak, an advisor to the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, said between 10,000 and 13,000 troops had died. It is rare for Ukraine to give figures for casualties, and Podolyak's comments have not been confirmed by the country's military. In June, he said between 100 and 200 Ukrainian soldiers were dying daily. Last month, the most senior U.S. General Mark Milley said around 100,000 Russian and 100,000 Ukrainian soldiers had been killed or injured since the start of the war. The world's most expensive cities are jointly New York and Singapore, according to the annual Economist Intelligence Unit EIU survey. It is the first time New York has topped the rankings. Last year's the number 1. Tel Aviv is now placed 3rd. Overall, the average cost of living in the world's biggest cities is up 8.1% this year, the EIU survey reports. The war in Ukraine and COVID's impact on supply chains were identified as factors behind the increase according to the BBC. Inflation was particularly high in Istanbul, with prices up by 86%, Buenos Aires 64% and Tehran 57%. High inflation in the US was one of the reasons for New York topping the list. Now we take you to the FIFA updates. In the group matches held under the FIFA World Cup 2022 that is being held in Qatar yesterday, the match between Canada and Morocco defeated Canada with 2-1 goal difference. Similarly, in the match between Croatia and Belgium, both the team ended with 0-goal draw. And in the match between Costa Rica and Germany defeated Costa Rica with a 4-2 goal difference. And similarly, in the match between Japan and Spain, Japan defeated Spain with 2-1 goal difference. So with this, Morocco has advanced to the knockout round, and similarly in the match between Croatia and Belgium, Croatia advanced to the knockout round, and in the match between Costa Rica and Germany, both failed to advance to the knockout round, and in the match between Japan and Spain, both teams have succeeded to advance to the knockout round. Now the general weather forecast for the country for today. Forecasting division says the weather is likely to remain partly cloudy at a few places in the hilly and mountainous areas of Province 1 and Sudur Paschim Province, and mainly fair in the rest of the country. Kathmandu's weather report now. Maximum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and minimum temperature of 7.5 degrees Celsius. With this news, we have come to the end of this bulletin, but before we wrap up the headlines once again. Vote count results of 3 federal constituencies under the first-past-the-post system awaited. Repolling held in Dholaka. Over 10.3 million votes counted so far under the proportional category of the House of Representatives. President Bidyadevi Bhandari and Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuba expressed condolence over the demise of former Chinese President Jiang Zemin, and senior Ukrainian official reveals up to 13,000 died since the start of Russia's invasion. Well, that's the end of this news bulletin for this hour. Our next English news edition is at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website www.radionepal.gov.np for more news and online programs. Stay tuned, stay safe and have a good day.